Like, it's easier to bring the mic to you, but yeah, you want to get,
Don't make yourself uncomfortable for the mic. Just
just be nice. Oh, totally good.
Okay.
Yeah, and also Dom's back there.
Yeah, he'll give us the fingers, he'll give us the thumbs, the thumbs provide, hopefully not the fingers, but we'll see how it goes. Oh, the mood that Dom's in today.
Thank you so much.
Our guest today is a model. And that,
like a supermodel?
I would say a supermodel.
What's
no?
The
model is it's a broad term, right? Like it's a category. And I like just saying that like an individual's like a musician. It's it's a perfection. It's like a work of art.
Very much.
I don't know how hammer on the nail I have to get on the actual I don't know really how to specify exactly.
Okay, so hold on. Can I ask a specific question?
I think we should do a rundown almost. I'm trying to jump right over the rundown of who she actually was. So
let's go into that. So Chanel Lynn has worked at DC Castings, Bombshell Exclusives, Unik Media. Thank you for telling me how to say
yeah, that would have been awkward if
she's a former model at Power Model. She's Power Model Management Toronto, right? That's the other one there. Okay, so I don't know very much about modeling. Okay. I'm just gonna be honest, but I know that there's goods and bads to like every single thing.
Yeah.
Every career.
So I want to know for a second, like, what's the hardest part?
The hardest part about being a model is definitely navigating through the creeps that are in the industry.
Fair enough.
And just, making sure that every casting that you're submitting to or that you're being contacted for is legit. There's a lot of scams that go around, especially with regards to like creeps and human trafficking. So just doing your research and making sure that everything is legit. But then the second part would be more for your internal thing, would be like getting yourself into the mood for the photo shoot.
Getting yourself hyped up, almost this is the because each shoot is different theme, different moods, different lighting, people, everything, different people.
Yeah, so you really need to get yourself in the zone.
Right on. So how do you do it? How do you get yourself in the zone? Depends on the situation.
I can't tell you that.
I'm not trying to expose the secrets, but how do you get yourself in the zone,
I come from acting as well. I did acting in high school, and I found that I just kind of create a little character on set. I love Marilyn Monroe, so she's someone that I kind of channel, if you will. So I create my own little Monroe character depending on the set, and usually I do mostly like boudoir, so like lingerie type stuff. So just channeling that inner goddess, that sexy Monroe, aesthetic to it.
The sexy energy from inside.
Exactly.
That's how you get in the mood.
Did you grow up knowing modeling was what you wanted to do?
I think as a young girl, like, you always aspire to the pretty girls that are on the screen, whether they're in the movies or they're on the runway. So I always wanted to be part of the spotlight, if you will. But I definitely did not think I would be capable of being a model. So it's been cool to see myself progress and come to the points that I'm at now.
Just gotta say you set your mind on a goal and you just kind of keep working towards it, right?
Absolutely.
You can't stop yourself. You set your goal to it. So.
Never give up on yourself. Always believe in yourself. It's so important.
See, that's a huge thing that we always got to tell people.
Yeah.
I mean, every guest has kind of told us on it. It's like, because if they didn't keep pushing, they would have never got to where they are. And that's always a friendly reminder, is never stop pushing, because you can't get what you don't push enough for, right?
Yep.
You said you've been doing it 8 to 10 years, right? Right
Yes.
before you said 8 to 10 years. So you started how old were you actually when you started?
So I started
and how
modeling.
Did you start?
I actually started through pageantry. I was doing pageants since I was about 15 years old. Miss Canada Glow Productions actually was the pageant I was involved with. And I actually won. So I was a regional title holder, a national title holder, and then eventually I went to compete internationally.
Wow.
So just through pageantry, you're expected to do swimsuit photo shoots, ball gown photo shoots, and then just headshots for the judges to have. So just kind of being introduced to it from that sense, and then as you win, you do your winner's photo shoot. So just kind of always been around it. Through pageantry, I eventually became a coach. So when I became behind the scenes, I just had more time available because I wasn't competing. And it just kind of seemed hand in hand to go right into the modeling field.
It's kind of almost like a baton handoff. Like
Yes.
you're helping. You were there. You're helping now perfect the other people to get there. Now you're at the top of it because now you're the model. So
Absolutely.
that's a fun roller coaster ride.
Okay.
It definitely has been a roller coaster.
I have so many questions for you. Like, you're talking and I just have questions about all of it.
Like,
That's good.
where, when, how, you know, like, who, where?
I'm not particularly self-conscious about my looks, but I imagine if I was in a lineup of dudes, and do you know? So you see where I'm going with
Yeah,
this,
absolutely.
and then there's like a 9.7 for that guy, and then I get whatever
I mean,
other
the 9.8
number.
or like,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? So how do you take it seriously but not let it kill you, like crush you? How does that happen?
For the longest time when I was first starting out, I took everything way too personally. I was way too critical on myself and just way too critical if anybody commented, oh, your hair looks weird. Like, oh my God, I need to delete this photo. This is so bad.
Yeah.
But as you kind of grow up and you mature, I mean, I was starting out at like 15, 16.
One of the most self-conscious times of our lives,
yes,
right?
Exactly.
Somebody
Probably the
says your
worst.
nails look bad, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, well, I'm gonna dye my hair
Yeah.
blue
You know,
now or
cry in the
something.
corner.
Yeah.
But now that I'm 26, I'm a lot more mature. I'm a lot more comfortable with who I am. And you just kind of have an appreciation for the other people that are either in the field or that just you kind of come into contact with. Everyone has beauty to them, and everybody has ugly qualities to them. So beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So I kind of try to remind myself that. And yeah, just kind of, you know, what I might find that is ugly for myself, there's clearly other people that like it because my art is, you know, it's out there.
Yeah, it's
people
out there.
like it.
And it's so popular. Like, one of the questions that when we first got sent the info, I was actually super just like,
That was a good answer.
it was a great answer.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
I know.
you.
I did
No,
not
it's
mean to cut you off.
it's not even cut off.
That was a
It
good
was, I
answer.
should have complimented as well. It was a good, great answer. Why only on Instagram? Why have you not explored to your own website?
I actually do have my own website.
So yeah, we all look at.
To be honest,
Fran,
Was it you?
to be honest,
yeah.
I don't promote my website anymore just
Okay.
because I haven't maintained it.
Oh, have it keep it updated and everything or
forever.
whatever.
So
But you
like,
still own it, right?
Yeah, I mean
Okay.
ChanelLynn.com. If
Well, I
you
mean-
really want to go to it, but it's
Oh.
like really old. So I try to recommend people to go to my Instagram, but I also
Instagram's
have a
the place.
Facebook page. I just find that in this day and age, everybody's on the social media. So as much as you want to be able to invest in a website, at the end of the day, where is the audience? And that's
True.
what you have to think about. So my audience is on Instagram mainly, but also they're also word of mouth within the like networking within the community.
Yeah, the community
And
there.
then of course like Facebook.
So it all ends up because you can end up communicating with you via the Instagram and it's directly. So it's not like you're not eliminating everything by not having that website. I like that. That's a great answer.
And
That's a
it's
good
still
answer.
there, so I mean.
All that focus is on that
Yeah.
one platform. Is
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I mean the website's still there too, so whenever I decide to go back and maintain it,
Boom, it's there waiting.
it's there waiting. Yeah, exactly.
That's huge. That is huge. Having yourself already established that's the biggest part, right? Because
Yeah.
now you already got the footprint in the sand. It's like, boom, it's
Exactly.
mine.
Do you deal with specific strategies on how to grow the Instagram, or no, not really? Just put a bunch of stuff on.
So I thought I had like a method for the algorithms, but Instagram just seems to be coming back every
It
day
changes.
stronger.
Yeah, it changes every.
Yeah, I used to post every day. I found every day was kind of a popular thing. Now I try to do one every couple days just to keep excitement, and I
Almost
try
people
to
on
not
the edge.
use hashtags now because hashtags get you shadow banned, and it's really tricky. Like now that the algorithms are on Instagram, it's a lot harder. But what I try to do is I do a lot of networking within the community and contacting other models, and because we have models all across the world. So if you just get them to do a shout, we call it shout for shout. And basically,
You promo each other.
You're
kind of deal,
promoting
right?
each other,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like check out my gorgeous friend here, and she'll return check my gorgeous friend here.
Yeah.
You guys are like, and your fan base is
Yeah,
growing.
you build each other up, right? And
Ah.
I do a lot of different engagement groups on Instagram and on an app called Telegram, similar to like a WhatsApp type of thing. And
Okay, right on.
yeah, just constantly networking and trying to hype each other up and just be that support that you want from everybody else.
Absolutely, yeah. That it kind of helps us all gets us through the next step, right? Support each
Yeah.
other and keep calming each other's backs.
Okay, we're going to a
Or
break,
break.
but I wanna recap that note right before we go. So that's really cool. I wish more musicians and other artists did that.
It's
Yeah,
so
man.
In the
important.
70s, if you look on almost every big band's record, there was another 2 or 3 artists that were also a
gets featured, man.
huge artist.
Yeah.
And this cross promotion, even at a local level or a small regional level, is so intelligent.
Dude, it was like last
Oh
week when
my
you mentioned
gosh.
So important.
when Jimmy played with the Who, two
Yeah.
huge bands, or like even Tom Petty brings out
Prince.
Anybody.
It was
Yeah,
Prince.
like,
Yeah, and
Prince
that's
just crazy.
It's absolutely right. So reach out to another person or band or artist similar to you and see if you can't use each other's email list / contact / posting / whatever. Just hype each other up. I love that. Really good. Really cool. Okay, we're going to Survival Mechanic by Words Like Wildfire, and we're going to Bed of Nails by Cancer Bats. It's going to be a sweet freaking break. Come back after. Catch us DriveWire Radio.
CFRE. Welcome back to DriveWire Radio.
You sound like a librarian sometimes.
I could be welcome to DriveWire Radio.
No, none of that.
Welcome back to DriveWire
What's up?
Radio. CFRE, triple C's in the house.
Carter Crawford Chanel. Is that your favorite brand of stuff? Chanel?
It is actually.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure. I have a Chanel purse here.
Really?
Represent, show them. I mean,
Oh, she does. We always do photos with the guests, and we'll get you
you
like.
gotta have that guy
I'll hold it, yeah.
over the
That's
side and be like, this is me, bitch.
Do you model for brands like that? Is that what you're kind of?
I haven't done anything that like that high end. Like that would be a dream come true to model for Chanel.
That's the goal, right?
But I do work with like local brands. I've worked with Lavish, which is a clothing line from Toronto. I've worked with YYZ, which is another clothing line from Toronto. A couple like cosmetic brands. Basically, whoever approaches me and their products fit kind of like my style.
Your style, yeah.
And something that I can obviously stand behind. Like there was a makeup product company that reached out to me. I forget their name now, but. Basically,
Sorry,
they had like vegan brushes and stuff, so
Whoa.
I was totally behind that,
Yeah.
and I worked with them.
That's cool. Vegan brushes. It's all coming. I've seen I'm waiting for vegan toothbrushes. I remember see the plant. You can do the toothbrushes you can plant after, but it's I don't know if it's vegan or
That'll be
not, but it's
interesting.
weird, yeah. So I mean, I've with all the because you've done a broad range of different styles of content. What has been your favorite? Like your favorite kind of experiences on set and like with the favorite kind of people?
I love to work with creatives. I love doing like makeup creatives or bridal creatives, anything that transforms me from looking like me into a whole new character.
Ultimate person right
Yeah,
there,
exactly.
fitting the role.
And it just makes everybody's art come to life because you have the makeup artist who's putting their heart and soul on, your face as a canvas, and then you get to bring the actual emotion to life, and then the photographer is there putting it all together. I love working with creatives. It's just so much more fun and more vibey when you're on set. But I love doing pretty much everything. Fashion's fun because you get to be really sassy and attitudey.
Yeah.
And I mean, boudoir is fun because you get to be sexy and show off the accents
Yeah,
and
show
all
off
that stuff.
everything,
But
Interesting.
creativity by far the number one.
That's the favorite.
Yeah.
Follow up to the creativity there. Do you ever do cosplay? Have you ever tried dressing up for cosplays? Is it an
I
avenue you've ever
haven't yet,
explored?
but I actually keep getting asked that.
Yeah,
So
I'm saying it's very
something
creative fitting
I
a new
might
person.
look
Maybe the
into it.
universe is telling you to do
Maybe.
it.
Yeah.
I did like a princess shoot once, and I was Rapunzel, so that was probably as cosplay as I got to be.
Yeah.
But
Was it extremely fun?
It was. We had a bunch of, there was like 12 models, so we were all the different Disney princesses. There was
That's
Cinderella,
incredible.
Mulan, Snow White. It was really cool. It turned out awesome.
That's like a very cool, inspired shoe right there.
Yeah, it was awesome. We got that
that's
published
awesome.
too. That's cool.
One of the big things that I've always kind of, I guess, into the scene things that end up kind of helping people end up like not blowing up essentially, but then exposing them to alternate people that maybe have never seen them before was the cosplay. So that's why I thought I'd ask, because there's so many people that do appreciate modeling in that market. Again, going to be a lot of creeps. Unfortunately, we can't back those out everywhere. It's not a fly swatter life, but I mean, there's such a broad range of people. There's so many avenues, and it's so awesome that you're exploring so many of them.
Thank you.
Okay, so I have to tell you a story. So I was at a lady's home today. I do in-home sales for a window company,
Okay.
and you just naturally spend a lot of time with some of the people, and they eventually ask you what you do or who you do or what are your hobbies, and I always tell them
Who you do? Who you doing at home, young man? You're like, I got a girlfriend,
It's called building rapport, right? You tell them about you, and they you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Who are you doing? You got a ring on your finger?
I showed her. She was awesome, and I showed her the guest tonight. I showed her your Instagram
Oh,
page.
no way.
Yeah, and she's funny, and I was like, look, it's gonna be a little risque. And she was like, oh, I don't know her age. She must have been like 70s, 80s, and she's like, well, I've never seen a naked woman before, Carter. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna show. And then she looked at it, so you're interviewing a softcore porn artist, and I was like, oh my goodness. So I had to bring it up and just let you have the conversation back to this lady that I was with. I don't want to say her name for her privacy, but
we're playing tennis with a baseball.
What do you say? What do you say to that?
Yeah, that's a great
I get this
question.
a lot with boomers, so I'm just gonna assume she's that kind of category. She's the boomer category.
She was a lot of fun. For the record, if she ever hears this, like I had so
she
much
was
fun.
a great person.
We had a lot
who
of
just
laughs.
had never seen
It was
anything
good.
before.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
But no, it's definitely not soft porn, not soft porn or any type of porn for that matter. I actually laugh because the body is so natural, yet we for some reason think it's so taboo. All I am doing is just embracing my natural state, and there's nothing that's exposed, like split open type of thing. So everything is very elegant, modest, and if you think that's porn, then by all means, that's a personal problem.
That is does come all down to personal like ideas and things there, right? That's just afraid to open up the mind to this is kind of look around you anywhere. This is kind of what. So you look at any swimsuit advertisement, is that porn? Or you look at any kind of like the Kim Kardashian photo cover that just popped up on my memories maybe a couple days ago or whatever. But I was like, from a few. Is that? I mean. Yeah, she's butt-ass naked on a magazine and her butt's out, but it's also done in an artsy way where she's popping a bottle of champagne over, you know what I mean? It's like, is that porn? Maybe to a 10-year-old who's never seen porn before, and he's like, dude, that's an ass. But it's like, that's not porn.
As a model, do you aspire to be like that?
Like Kim Kardashian?
Yeah.
Hell no.
I was gonna cut it up.
I
Like,
like
no.
to be the Cleopatra in a world full of Kim K's.
So you have, because you mentioned Marilyn, so you do have these role models, right?
Yeah, Marilyn.
But she's not.
She was
one.
respectable
Kim
person.
K is just, I don't know. Do you like that family? I just find that family a little trash.
I like the one Kanye album, but I mean, like the family. Her family doesn't stand for a lot of good things other than money.
Kylie is an exception. I'll give her that in terms of like an artist. Kylie is doing her thing. She's actually genuinely trying to be an entrepreneur. I think for the rest of them, it just. I don't know, it's too Hollywood for me, and I don't really do well with Hollywood.
No, that's excellent, though. That's an excellent way to stand.
I don't know them at all.
Working on it, we're working on getting one of them in here.
When I'm in Toronto, and I personally, like, if I know you, somehow you've gotten into the mainstream. Because I honestly live under a rock. Like, I shouldn't be saying that, being on, like, a DriveWire Radio. But, like, I really don't pay that. I pay attention to the friends around me, people in my life, the guests on our show, and my music. Like, that's what I love. Well, but I know them though, so somehow they did that, and I have a lot of respect for that, right? Like, because everybody knows that, and I don't pay attention to any.
In terms of marketing, they have branded themselves phenomenally.
So in that regard, I really look up to that.
Yeah,
If
I
I
think
could
in a
do that
branding
with
sense,
DriveWire.
maybe I just probably wouldn't go so cringy with it.
Yeah,
but
okay. Fair enough.
They have a show that's just living, let me film your life and how you're living life. It's like, okay, that's kind of weird.
So let's go there. How is it that you want your image to be seen, and what are you paying attention to make that
to
happen?
improve it, or expose it more? Or...
Yeah. I do a lot of research. I'm always researching like different people in my community, what's trending, what's popular. I'm on Pinterest looking for inspiration all the time. I feel like the style that I want people to take away from my art is, somebody that's empowered by themselves, and somebody who's confident in who they are, and someone who's elegant and not afraid to embrace a sexuality that is a human. We are sexual beings, and it's important that we, as a woman especially, that we embrace that, we take that power back, because for a long time we've been living in the man's world, and I think modeling is a great way, especially my images, for me claiming my own power as a woman living in a man's world, and showing that it's not just a man's world, and inspiring other females to get out there and know that as well.
It's kind of the female power, right? Kind of women supporting women.
Women supporting women is so important, and I think that modeling really, really helps those women get empowered and find, that confidence within themselves.
What I really am curious on, because I know it became I wouldn't say a huge deal, but it became a big deal for the industry with Lizzo kind of blowing up last year. Because in society's eyes, they're like, how is someone blowing up into a huge scene where, compared to everyone else, she's not like them? what do you think of that? Like, is that would you love to see more of that? Because I think that it's incredibly to kind of support everyone.
I love it. I love what Lizzo is standing for, and you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and shout out my friend Kenna Maria here because she is a plus size model. She's from Hamilton, so she's local, and you know what? She's actually making a lot of movements in the local scene here as a plus size model and bringing attention into women empowerment and loving the skin that you're in. So I think we definitely need to see more women that are embracing themselves for who they are, no matter what they look like, because it's so important. And,
it is. It
you know,
really
females,
is.
Especially young females, are so impressionable.
I would say their minds are. It's like the expression I always remember. Their minds are like Play-Doh. You can
like
morph it anyway.
Yeah. Yes, they just absorb it all.
When I go to I don't really go to malls often because I don't really like to shop. But when I go to malls and I see the mannequins that are in windows, I usually stop and I'm like, I don't see anybody that ever looks that way.
Isn't
like,
that funny?
It's like it's an unrealistic model that people kind of try to hold others to. So yeah, girl power. That's all. That's excellent. That's awesome. I'm happy. I'm happy it went that alley because it could have been like, no, F Lizzo and F her movement. It's like, no, that movement's so good.
She has such a positive energy to her, and that surrounds her, and that's what you need when you're gonna be that kind of person.
And it's awesome that she's getting that light and everything now because we're gonna blow the case out. 2020, new decade, right?
That's
so it's the new power.
I also think that like, oh man, maybe I should have let it keep rolling. But a lot of times, most people are genuinely kind. Like, I don't think the majority of people are going to see someone who's a plus size model and rip on them. Like, there's definitely going to be some. I'm not saying everyone.
But the majority,
the vast
of people
majority are not going to
to
oppose a movement like that. They're going to say, this is great, I like this, I support this. And I think it takes a lot of bravery to figure out if it's going to be a majority of people or not. And I have a lot of respect for it. I really do.
I think Old Navy's one of the big companies that I remember pushing kind of a lot of their models in that direction like a year ago, a couple years ago now. So
it's nice because you know what, a lot of people don't realize as a model, especially when you have things like Victoria's Secret fashion show and everything's pushing size 0. A lot of people end up with eating disorders or other issues that are very detrimental down the road if it doesn't get resolved.
Yeah, serious health issues and things. Just because it's like society is holding this unrealistic image up to them. And
it's never going to be attainable because even those girls, if you watch documentaries on, a couple of them have come out and spoken on the truth.
They're not happy.
They're not happy. No. A lot of it's cocaine or a lot of it's anorexia and bulimia. Like, why put ourselves through that when we can just embrace everything that we are naturally?
Yeah, it's hilarious that it's that way because I remember an episode of Family Guy from season 2, 1999, where it's like, it was like the modeling industry was in that episode, and it was like, God, you gotta do a lot of cocaine if you want to get pictures and things like that, and that's the real situation. But people saw it as Family Guy. It's a TV.
Especially in the 70s, 80s, that was like. That was the thing.
Yeah. I had something to say, but then he hit me with that, and I laughed.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, that was awesome, man. Oh yeah, okay. I have. We only have a few minutes before.
We got a few minutes. We got like 2.5.
Okay. I'm excited for this one.
Okay.
I didn't know what I was gonna ask a model, and then I sat down. I was like, man, so many
chocolate, caramel, or fudge. You know what I mean?
Okay, we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that after the break. How can someone increase their presence? Because I know that stage presence. If you're winning competitions, there's this unseen energy that wins it. Like, I know that.
Confidence in the smiles and facial expressions.
Well, I don't. That's what she's gonna. But how? So if somebody's looking, okay, this is gonna be for anybody, like a musician or an artist, or you're even an engineer, like the poise in the room to say, look, I know what I'm freaking doing. Yeah. So how do you bring out presence when you're coaching somebody?
I love to hype people up. I always start off when I was coaching, I always started off with a little exercise. Give me one thing that you don't like about yourself, and then I would have everybody else I was coaching come back and say 3 things that they actually liked about that person. So we start there because everything with especially stage presence is mental. So you gotta really bring that mentality there. So once you start bringing the confidence, you start hyping them, then you can have them walk. Then you can have them perform or do whatever it is that you need to do and get an understanding of, okay, what do we need to address here? What's lacking? For me, a lot of the girls, they didn't know how to walk in heels properly. So start doing exercises. Are you pigeon-toed? Let's do the opposite. All right, just what's wrong here? Are you crossing your feet? Don't do that, you'll fall over. So once you have all the technicalities down, you just got to get them a character. Do you have props? Are you wearing a long dress? How can we throw this when you get to the front of the stage? Lock eye contact with the judges, smile, blink. You know, what can you bring that's you to the stage that everyone's gonna go, oh, that's Canada. That's Canada. We want Canada to win. You know, that was my technique, especially when I was international. I was in Dominican. I had all of the stage, you know, competing, but everybody in the crowd is going, Canada, Canada. And I'm like competing with Puerto Rico, and I'm just, you know, like Venezuela, and it's like, no, it's Canada.
This is my show.
Yeah,
if you guys
so
know
just
who won,
developing that attitude that, you know, once you already have the technicality there, it's the mindset and the attitude for sure.
Yeah, I love that. Like people love to see someone who's unafraid.
Oh yeah.
Like confident in their own
confidence is so
self.
important.
And as soon as you're, because getting up in front of people is literally the number 2 fear of the world behind death.
Yeah.
That's factual.
It is.
Google it.
Yeah.
So then if they see someone on stage going through like the most rigorous testing of their looks, which is what a beauty pageant really is, and then they're doing it in a way that they're still having fun and boisterous and whatever, like there's just something charming about that. Like this person's doing this now, and that, like, it's cool. So I love that you said that.
It's empowering as well, like to be able to hold that, because you know you're going out there as good as you are.
Exactly.
Going to a break.
You do it, man.
We're going to a break with some Canadian legends. Sum 41 with In Too Deep on DriveWire Radio, CFRE. We'll be back with the Triple C's after the break. Welcome back to CFRE's DriveWire Radio. We're just DriveWire Radio. We're not even presented by anybody. Sound Drive Records, DriveWire Radio. Shout out to the boys. Triple C's on the house, in the house, not on the house. We're not on the roof. We're in
CQ.
CQ.
Although
CQ.
they do say get on the plane, and you're not.
You're getting in the plane, right? Yeah. All right, I'm just gonna get on the wing. They're like, no, inside. But like you said, get on the plane.
That's a George Carlin joke. I can't, in good faith, take it from him. He's a good man.
He's a good man. Welcome back, DriveWire Radio.
Do you have say in the creative? Because it's got so many different pictures of you, right? Like, it is from different angles, and you got some like kind of really risque stuff, and then you have some things that are totally not even close.
Above, behind, different angles.
So, but do you control that in the shoot, or are you kind of more like, all right, as long as my tatas and my hoochie aren't in there, like you can do whatever, and then they create it?
Money talks with those types of shoots.
Okay.
So, if you want me, like how naked you want me is going to reflect in how much you're going to pay me.
How much you pay me.
Yeah, otherwise everything is very generic. Portrait, fashion, studio shoots.
Okay.
Yep.
Right on.
Yep.
Cool.
Do you have a favorite photographer that you like working with? Like, do you have as an artist, I would assume you've worked with a broad range of different people.
Like that question.
I just don't, oh my gosh, the options now.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Your face was like,
with. You know, I mean,
so many people.
You don't have to throw anyone under the bus. If you have to pick a couple names.
Yeah.
you
But
don't
absolutely.
even have to say that. You just be like, I like working with a lot of people, and that would be happy. We'd be good.
How about this? It'll make it easier on you. What are some things that photographers do that make it better for you?
Perfect.
That's a great way to word it.
One of my some of my favorite photographers, they're very good with communication, and especially if it's like a nude or a semi-nude shoot, it's so important because let's say your hair is, fly on the wall right now, but you don't know that, so they have to come and they have to do it for you. Well, they're not just gonna come and touch you because that's wrong, but a lot of people do that. And especially if it's your first shoot or your first nude shoot, you're like, don't touch me.
Don't touch me, yeah.
So yeah, just communication is really key, especially if they're gonna come up and touch me and I'm in a vulnerable position. They also are pretty quick in terms of like turnaround for editing.
Nice.
There's been shoots where I'm still waiting for photos to come back to me, and it's been like, oh, we shot 3 months ago. I'm not even gonna look the same when I get those
way
pictures.
Too long.
Yeah. So I mean, I try to work with like the people that I'm comfortable with and I know will get me my results. But I work with so many different people, and I think. I don't want to shout out anybody because then I feel like I don't. Yeah, what if I forget someone?
Teamwork makes the dream work, and you have a team of people that you work with.
Exactly. I have a solid team, and I have a solid team of makeup artists as well. So I feel like all of us combined do really great things.
This is the way I'm going to word it. If they're listening, they know you. They know who they are. So they already.
The real ones know. They know.
There we go.
There's gonna be someone listening who's like, am I
on that
Like,
list?
but she
No,
said I would know.
it's
not.
It's
I
not.
said you would know if
It's
you're on the
not
list.
you.
If I haven't told you I love you up till now, and listen,
If
like.
it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it don't.
I got a question that's kind of came to my mind as I was thinking about the question about the different kind of shoots. I've noticed that in your pictures, there's a lot of different locations. Hey, I didn't do a take two. I've gotten rid of the take two.
Okay, here's take two. Right
Here's
here.
take two.
You've noticed
I've noticed in your pictures a lot of different locations, as like backgrounds and different, because I remember there's a beautiful shoot in where it's a whole wedding shoot, what I mean?
Yes.
And then there's also other shoots where you're in a hotel with other people, or you're just in I think there's one in the woods almost.
Yeah.
It looked kind of in the woods, but do you have a favorite location? I'm not sure how to phrase that.
Not
properly.
necessarily a favorite location, but I definitely prefer to be shooting outside.
Inside?
Yeah, like beachy shoots, foresty shoots. I love to be with nature.
Nature,
So.
that's.
Yeah, and I find that adds character, right? Everyone has a studio or everyone has a house. It's like, how far can your couch look interesting? Whereas you have like some nice scenery, even if you don't like the model in the photo, at least you can appreciate the nature in it.
You're just like, that is a great background. The model's alright, but the background,
Look at that
wow!
sunset.
Wow!
Oh my God.
Photographer gonna click that photo, so you're like, see who they are, yeah.
Have you noticed anything aside from exposing the nude parts of your body? Have you noticed anything that grabs the attention the most?
Like body art, possibly?
Makeup,
or?
actually.
Makeup.
Eye makeup specifically.
Oh.
Yeah, that makes a lot of
Yeah,
sense.
especially
Humans
the
and
more
eyes
dramatic,
psychologically like to
it's
get into
crazy.
it. Yeah, so like bright colored eye makeup and stuff.
Bright colored or even like smoky, very dramatic, long lashes,
long
very
lashes.
voluminous, very dramatic, I would say. Glamorous dramatic tends to do really, really well. Or if it's like a full-blown creative makeup shot, I did a photo shoot not too long ago where we actually just got published, where I'm wearing all white. So basically from here to here is just all white, and then there's subtle. So we started with all white, and then the next shot was she did the eyes, and then she added the cheeks, and then she did the lips. So it was like a gradual
That's really
progression of the
cool.
makeup, and by the end, I'm just like red lips, purple, and pink, and then everything else is white.
For some reason, when you tell that to me, I think that I look at that and I'd see like a really cool 5-picture photo set on the wall, and it'd be like each photo would just progress more than you get the photo.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, it's kind of
That's
like
how it
David
was
Bowie
published
style
in
or
the
whatever.
magazine, actually. So.
Really? Well, there we go. That's why. Damn, I've been
Yeah.
missing out on my. That's why I need to get a work job at a creative.
That would be
DriveWire.
that would be really cool to have on a wall though.
Like,
Yeah,
no,
it
it's
is,
just
yeah.
because then it's like
That'd be really
yours.
cool.
Like that is you, and that is your shoot, and that was in a magazine. I mean, yeah, that was.
When I get my own house, I plan to have my own like model wall of like, I have a couple of my stuff framed, and like when I've made covers and stuff, I have those printed, but I'd love to just like frame even more of like my
Everything.
pieces.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like because this is your history, right? This is
Exactly.
everything you've done. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the one thing actually I've noticed it even amongst myself, but a lot of everyone, just even everyone I know, we're moving away from like photo albums and things like that. We're just depending all on online internet albums and digital files that we just move to our computers and.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like.
Can I go there? Do I have your permission to hijack your show for a second?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what's messing me up lately. Okay, I've
No.
been thinking about this. Your grandparents,
Mm.
there's like probably, unless you're really lucky, there's probably like 10 photos you have of them. Okay, let's say great grandparents. You
Yeah.
have 10 photos.
Oh, I don't even
I have
know
a
my
lot of photos of
great-grandparents.
my grandparents. I know my mom has a ton of photos, but then think about like how many photos you have of them and even your parents, because probably they're not using social that much. And then think about like how many pictures that you have of
yeah.
you, whoever you is, like the listeners, me, like, okay, but great. But then what does that mean? Because those are gonna be there forever.
Ever, man.
Yeah.
Like 37 generations from now, people can look at you as the start of the beginning of what's actually how many pictures online, and for every other person after you, they're gonna have the same thing. But
Yep. It's only gonna
your
change.
parents and your grandparents did not make the cut, so that's what's messing me up. I've been like, man, I gotta start making some sort of cool thing to leave,
Yeah.
and it's gotta be here.
That, and I saw like a meme online which takes the kind of the opposite way, where you look at like pictures of your grandmother now and they're all like old gowns, very serious faces, big hair.
Not
Now-
holding each other, stand beside each other, one
Yeah.
with
Now
a
let's
fork
fast
and
forward,
one.
let's
Yeah.
say another 50 years into the future.
One of my
Why
tits
are
is
we
out,
all
somebody's
gonna
looking at it. Yeah, like it's just a
like
wacky
think about
photo.
the grandparent photos
Yeah.
from like the next generation. That's
Yeah.
wild.
Or if
bro.
you could like go
Here's
back.
your grandparent from Mardi Gras 2006. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
This is the year.
Who's your grandparent
This is the year he got on Guys
Yeah.
Gone Wild or Girls Gone Wild.
Maybe smoking a joint.
Right.
I
Smoking a
don't
joint.
know.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Look
we're
at
all
the
gonna
sick
be
ball
saying
you
that's
used to
not-
own, little man. You know, it's just like as your dad and this is the year weed went legal in Canada.
Now
You know, it's like
some
that's crazy.
serious
Right?
photos
Like
for
imagine you could go
history.
back on your grandparents 50 years ago,
Oh,
right? So and they'll have the whole story if you're
Yeah.
doing it right, and maybe you'll be able to teach them things and learn things, and this is who you are and this is where you come from. Like, man, it's been messing me up lately thinking of that.
There's a
That's
guy
crazy.
actually. I just had him as an Uber driver, and he was telling me about. He actually used to work at a tobacco field. They made a movie about his tobacco farm from his dad because he was a child at that point. 1954 was made,
Wow.
and it was like going back and watching the first 5 minutes of it. I was like, dude, this is so different than what we even like considered normal anymore. From even just the way they're doing things, their farm equipment, the way they're just interacting with each other. It's crazy. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
man.
We're at a start of it. We're at a point where we're at the beginning of technology. It's takeover. We are that generation. We're there.
Yeah,
You know,
for
it's
sure.
crazy.
For sure.
Computers, cell phones.
I think also, like, if I'm gonna add to that note, a lot of people, not only do they not know how different it is now, they're not grateful for that difference. They're
No.
like ingrates. They're
Ingrateful,
they're
yeah.
taking it for
For granted.
For
yes.
granted, yeah.
And
I
then
always put it
bitching
like
about
in
it.
this perspective. What would happen, knock on wood, should we
Come
actually
in.
get the
Yes, sir.
apocalypse right now? We're all doomed because I, for sure, do not know how to forage.
Yeah.
I'm lucky if I can start a fire.
I can't
And
carry
we're
a log,
all
you know.
way too privileged with Wi-Fi, so
Yeah.
we're all fucked.
So what is that, the EMT or whatever? Like if there was
Oh, yeah.
even just electrical going down,
Electrical,
if the
yeah.
whole grid actually
That's
went
why I
down,
read on this a few times.
that would mess up
Everything.
anything, any country. It doesn't matter.
People would be
No
lost.
one's prepared for that. If there was no communication, none of that stuff. Oh my goodness, that'd be
Yeah.
mayhem.
You-
It's crazy. Well, even like I've got older friends that have like kids that are like 10, 11 now. Turn their Wi-Fi off for one day, and she's like, it's like war in the house. Everyone's gone, like they lost their minds.
It's
They
become
don't
a
know what to do.
dependence. It's like
sad,
people
actually.
are dependent on that anymore. It's like,
Yeah.
because our parents, they never had that.
They
They
never
they
had
got
that.
lucky if they had an SNES or a 64 or whatever, but they were out reading books or doing labor, like doing things that
Like learning
progressed.
life skills, like how
Yeah,
many
life
of our
skills,
parents
crazy, right?
sew and all this. Like I don't even know how to thread the needle. Like I'm useless in that aspect.
It is true though. That is a big thing that I feel like society kind of almost dropped the ball for about 15 years, 10 to 15 years, where they weren't setting people up with the actual
At
proper skills.
all.
And I've gotten very lucky in the last 5 years to actually go in and got to work with some high schools,
Yeah.
and the things they are doing now so much
Thankfully.
different than what they were
You
back
think it's
when.
better now?
Oh, it is, man.
Yeah.
They have cooking class. I'm just looking at one high school.
Okay.
That recap.
Yeah.
They had cooking classes where they were teaching kids to
Yeah,
cook
yeah.
for the cafeteria for lunch.
Cool.
They had a hair salon where they were teaching kids like techniques to properly cut hair and dye hair in class. So it's
Yeah.
like they could do projects. They had woodworking. They had auto, but the woodworking,
trades, man. That's
the
one
trades.
that I would like to like. Man,
Dude,
we need
trades
more
are
electricians.
fun.
And yeah,
They're
yeah.
the way. They're the way of the future.
And the
right?
people aren't training to fill those jobs, and those
No,
people
nobody
are
wants to
dropping
do
off.
them.
Yeah.
We're lazy,
Nobody
man.
wants
It's
to do
lazy.
I
Even,
really wish I had better hand, working with my hands.
Our roommate Adam has referenced that as well with mechanics.
Yeah.
The people don't like getting dirty and working on cars anymore. There's a shortage of actual labor that
Yeah.
they can hire. It's,
Wow.
Yep.
it's sad, man. It is sad because people are aspiring to be YouTube stars, and you're like,
That's
the
exactly
second
it.
that platform's
Everyone wants to
gone,
be an influencer.
everything's gone. Yeah, I hate the term influencer.
it too.
It's who's an influencer? Barack Obama or like Kanye. I'm kidding, but I mean like Kanye did
Yeah.
influence. Jay-Z.
Bob Marley.
Like Bob Marley. Like
He's a huge one.
they influenced the change of music and things in that sense.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Jenny or Bobby on Instagram is not an influencer.
Okay, Susan, thanks for that.
Thanks, Susan. Yeah, Susan
I
is
think,
the name.
I think I would actually respectfully disagree with you, man. I see what you're saying, and what I do agree with is like the people who are gonna make change, who in my opinion deserve to make change, are leaders of some sort. They're
Yep, the
they're
leaders.
they're not asking your freaking permission. They're just doing they're making
Yeah.
change. But also like Jenny or Bobby on Instagram, if they get 4,000 people to buy something or do whatever, I think that is a tremendous amount of influence that
Yeah.
shouldn't be
Yeah.
trifled with, right? Like
Yeah,
that's
they're-
pretty cool.
People
It
are
is,
following
absolutely.
them. Yeah,
Right.
They work to
Absolutely.
get that. They
And-
did
and
work to get that.
I really think what's happening, I've been really reflecting, I think a lot of young people are starting to be upset at the prospect of spending so much time not making money on things when they realize like there is a way online and everyone's trying to do it.
They're just trying to do it. Yeah.
And
It's almost an influx of people trying to do it. That's the problem.
Literally what this show is about.
Yeah.
We're gonna go
Trying to highlight. We got the break, but
so what it's again like they're trying to make it happen online. They're trying to find that way because they don't want to spend 30 or 40 or 50 years to not get a pension or to have it taken away or it's the way of the past and people are waking up to that and
Or make someone else rich.
Wake
Right.
up, people!
Right.
It's the present, not the past.
that's what it is, and there is a way for you to make money online, and I encourage you to actually do it if it is going to be an influencer or to make ads or lead generation for a business or
Blogging.
develop clients, blogging, like
Vlogging.
vlogging.
Vlogging is
vlogging.
If you want to take like semi-nude photos with professional photographers and sell them online, like it's
Yeah.
possible
Do
to
it.
do that.
Guys, I'm
Do it.
telling you, that is a real moneymaker. Patreon, even like just for music.
What was the first one?
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. I didn't want to be that guy that's like, yo, don't forget OnlyFans, you know?
But it's true.
It
Even
is true.
like
It's a
even
subscription
for
based.
music, I know a couple artists that are using OnlyFans now for music because it's just a
It's
new
secure.
platform.
It
and
is
it's
secure. It's like-
and it's someone has to subscribe to you to
Yep.
listen to it. And
At least one person's got to
invest
get
in
it before they
yourselves,
can
man.
do it.
It's so worth it.
100%, it's worth it. Absolutely. Okay, we're
All right,
going
going
to
to break.
break. Call it
Lexus
out.
on fire with Monine passing out in America, which they passed out in Canada. It's all right. DriveWire Radio, CFRE, see you after the break. All right, welcome back to DriveWire Radio, CFRE,
gosh.
Triple C's.
Oh
We've had an
my
idea
gosh.
pop, and honestly, we're gonna let it. We're not gonna tell the fans yet. We're gonna harvest it. We're gonna internally kick it around the ball, and then we're gonna shoot and score.
Let's just
win the
say
World Cup.
we think we found our niche where we're going to blow up. So,
I think a lot of people are gonna blow up if you know what I mean.
you're not going to get it on air.
You guys won't get it because you don't know.
We'll explain this joke in like 4 weeks. when
4
we
weeks,
figure it
yeah,
out.
we'll be back. Check the Facebook, check the Instagram, check the YouTube. Drop my radio.
But don't
Welcome
check
back.
Snapchat.
No, we don't have the Snapchat
Not
yet.
yet. I want to have a
we're working on
conversation
it.
with the fan. We'll get there. We'll get there. So this has been Chanel Lynn.
Chanel Lynn, Triple C's on DriveWire Radio.
You have the
Phenomenal episode.
double L and it rolls like one name. My name, my first and middle name are Carter Reed. So the two R's. So I
Yeah.
feel you. I got something going on. Okay. So this is the part of the show where I recap you and tell you what I learned from you.
Okay.
Which I wasn't like nervous about not learning. I was more nervous about like not knowing what to talk
There you go.
about.
Yeah,
But
what
it
to ask,
sorted
where to take
itself out, which is nice. But here's the rules. When I say things, it's gonna jog something else.
Okay.
Jump in.
You gotta
Like
cut 'em
you
off.
have to cut me off.
I have to cut you
It's
off.
like a rule. You
Okay.
have to cut them off.
So I'll go with like the points. It should be good. It should be good. So they started with pageantry, and I love this because it's always start early,
Yeah.
right?
Start as a child.
Every person has said, "Man, I started this really early." So I like that. You don't have to jump in on that. Don't worry about that.
It's just a good point.
Don't
That's
worry
just a
about
good point. Anything to add?
Okay,
Like,
okay, I see what you're saying.
it's all
okay.
good, it's
I don't
all good.
understand the flow, now I gotta...
So now
That was
you
more
get
of a direct point. That was just like start early.
Listen, that was just
Yep.
a practice round. That was just a practice round.
Real round. All right, serious.
This is one that I really liked, was hyping one another up and using
Mm.
each other's, I'm going to call it as like a ping or like a bounce back or a ping pong or what did you call it, mutual shout outs or
Hype man.
hype man.
Hype man.
So like
Hype, hype,
call,
hype.
if you're if this is why bands headline and open for each other,
Yes.
right?
Everyone's supporting each other.
Absolutely.
Yep.
But it's the
Build
same.
each other up.
Yeah, you don't even need to open for each other. You don't even need to be in the same freaking city or
At
country.
all. That's why it's
It
so good.
doesn't matter. And the more you do that for other bands, the more that you're gonna be able to get back for you, and it's gonna be worth everybody's time.
Networking is everything.
There's no lose
Amen.
to this.
Amen.
There isn't a downside to doing this. It's only up. And maybe then they get you gigs, or maybe then they want to, or maybe then they promote you, or maybe then they have some connection that you actually need and you don't know it
You
yet.
didn't know you needed it, and then just makes the
Or
connection.
maybe you're just boys, and that's okay too.
Yeah.
That works out
Yeah.
too.
Maybe you're just bros. Or girls.
Sod, dude.
Whatever.
Girls,
Whatever.
Or
Whatever.
girls.
Whatever's
Hey,
better.
yeah.
Find your talent and then teach it to others.
Yes.
I like that.
I love teaching.
Yeah?
And I find that if you can teach what you love, it just shows how passionate you are about it.
That's cool.
Mm.
Master your craft, right?
Yeah.
Master your craft.
And you know that you're a master when you can teach it.
When you
Yeah.
teach it, yeah.
And then get
Sensei,
results for the
bro.
people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Results are everything.
If the people aren't getting results,
Results
do
driven,
you
so-
look in the mirror and then see maybe I'm not at the top of my game? Yeah, that's a question for the people, not for
No,
us.
true.
All right. I want you to talk just a little bit more about getting like the right emotion and how it actually comes through. Like, can you have a, this is kind of a better question. Can you have a good photo shoot but not be in the right mood?
Mm.
You can. You just have to be really good at emoting.
Mm.
I like to practice expressions in the mirror. I'm very expressive. So even when I'm talking, I like to joke around, so just randomly, because it's fun.
Facial
Expressions are everything. And especially if you're modeling, it's like you're not talking at all. So that's all you have if you're not posing your body.
The photo says 1,000 words.
Yeah, if you're, let's say, like it happens, you know, you're in a fight with your boyfriend or you're fighting with your mom, and now you have to do your shoot, and it's like, too bad, so sad. What are you shooting? And just go to a memory. Memories are fun. I find are just like emotion evoking. So if someone pissed you off, if your mom pissed you off and you gotta be mad, there you go. You're already ready.
It's a good mode day.
If you gotta be upset, I had a dog that passed, so I just instantly go to that, and it's like, you're emoting.
Oh.
Yeah,
Go
but it
to
works,
the
right?
sad times.
That's so sad, poor dog.
I know.
Rest in peace, lovers.
Rest in peace, Diog.
Alright.
Diog?
D-O-G.
D-O-G.
The spelling of the word dog. D-O-G, that was his name. Yeah.
Oh, oh, that's awesome.
So awesome.
So, okay, I gotta jump in. Have you heard of the girl that was named ABCDE and her name was Absidy?
That's so funny. No, I didn't.
Yeah, their mother named her ABCDE and it's pronounced Absidy, and the
That's
person
so
at
good.
the airport or something wouldn't accept it, and it's just like, that's because you ruined your kid's life by naming her one of the dumbest things you could have ever named her.
Yeah.
But DOG, that's hilarious.
That's so good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
3 more points. 3 more points. That is also that. I just
Cool.
want to say I agree that that's a sweet name for your dog. I agree with that. Okay, this communicate. You talked about. I didn't think of this, but I imagine like if you had like a little loincloth over your crotch there.
In other regions, yep.
And then someone needed to adjust the loincloth in front of your crotch there.
Yeah.
And they just kind
Did
of
it.
were doing their job and they just reached over. Like it would be a little bit like, whoa there.
Where's your hand going?
That and there's a lot of like predators in this type of industry. So you
a
don't
casual
know now,
graze
are
here
you
and there.
being assaulted?
Ooh.
Or, you know, do you need to leave?
Yeah.
So it's very important that you communicate with your model.
With your models.
And-
Communication's key.
What I wrote is, and this is the more broad lesson that I got from it, is think about the other person's position.
Yes.
Think about the other person's position. Like even in sales, like if I listen to you and you tell me that XYZ is your problem and I'm trying to fix ABC problem for you,
Yeah.
we're not going to have a match. Right?
Yeah.
Like listening to where the other person is. How do they feel? What position are they in? How would I feel if I was like, these are questions that it's so easy to say to do, and it's actually so hard to do them.
Yes.
It's really hard to figure out what
Well,
someone
reflection is so important for that reason.
Yeah, absolutely, and having deeper empathy, right? I learned
Yeah.
that from
Empathy,
Oral
yeah.
R, and I'm really happy to have learned it. Like, what is this person looking for, or how can I help them, or be more efficient in helping them effectively?
Yep.
So yeah, I like that, man. Communicate all the little stuff.
Communication is huge.
When I think I'm gonna be late, call Dom and Fran, call up Stace and Andrew, right? I didn't call you, I didn't have your number, but like, I told everyone I could. Okay, I love that. And then this one is one that I really like. So embrace who you are, whether it's your music, your art, your body, or at your job, whatever it is, or even knowing what you want or don't want. Like I think
Yep.
so many people put pressure on themselves to want something.
That they don't actually enjoy or like.
Yeah,
wanna
that they
do.
don't even
Yeah.
want, and then they put so much attention and energy into trying to get the thing.
Yeah, and then it doesn't work out.
Because they don't actually want it, and then they're like, what is wrong with me? Why am I not following through? Can I not follow through?
Or
Can
once
I...
they actually get it, they're so disappointed in the actual final result that
Yeah.
they're like, was this really, this is what I wanted the whole time?
Yeah, and perhaps even worse, they wasted time along the
Wasted
way
a lot of
not
time.
doing what they actually wanted to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I think
So
of that a lot.
embrace
It's like,
who you
know,
are.
it's like what I'm doing in my life, man. It's like time is precious, and make sure you're doing what you want to do with your time here, because you can't get time back. So
Yeah.
it's
Well,
important,
honesty
people.
is good in that sense. Always be honest with yourself, and really
Mm-hmm.
critical is, and if you were to pursue this, what could happen, and is that what you want? Because at the end of the day, the only limit is yourself and what you put that restriction to be. So, you know, the sky's the limit. As long as you believe in yourself, you're networking, and you know you truly believe in the talent that you have, there's no reason why you can't be successful. But do you want it?
Do you want
That's
the
the
success?
first question. Be honest
Yeah.
with that.
I like-
Yeah, seriously, be honest about it.
I like the sky's the limit comment, and I remember referencing this one time. I was in a group of friends, and they're just like, shoot for the moon, and I was just being like, but why should I shoot for the moon when I can shoot for the universe?
Exactly.
Because the universe is never ending. You know,
Exactly.
why would I want to shoot for an end point when I could shoot to the infinite
Yeah.
and possibly never ending?
Yep.
You know, it's-
All right, cool. Well,
Is that the wrap?
I'm gonna have one more.
One more.
I
It's a
saved,
big,
I saved the best for
grand-
last. I really like this one. Presence is mentality.
Yes.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yes.
True.
I
Very
like
true.
that. I like that.
Well, if you think about it, everything is a state of mind,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if you want to achieve a certain thing, you need to achieve that state of mind.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Agree.
That was succinct.
That's, yeah.
It's closed. Case shut.
Case shut.
Episode
Briefcase
over.
is closing over. Episode's
That's it.
over. All right.
Triple
well,
C, Carter
Triple
Crawford,
C.
Chanel. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
People can find you on Insta at what? Chanel Lynn.
At Chanel Lynn Portfolio.
Can you spell it real quick?
ChanelLynnPortfolio.
Oh, she's doing the whole thing.
FOLIO. Chanel
You-
Lynn Portfolio.
You cut her off midway through.
I'm sorry. I'm
One more
sorry.
time without a cut
The
off.
N, two N's, right? Chanel Lynn.
Yeah, LYNN.
That's where the trick is.
Portfolio.
Yeah, okay, perfect.
Portfolio,
Thank you.
yeah.
I cut you off with portfolio, but I was like, I don't want to make her do the whole thing. I didn't like think you would make a mistake. I want to be clear.
I had to like question myself. How did that?
Wait, did I spell that right?
No, it was fine. It was a lot of fun to have you, and thank you so much for coming
Also
on the
check our
show.
Instagram because we also have your repost there. So if anybody
Perfect.
wants to check it out, right there on Instagram, DriveWire Radio.
Perfect. Catch
Right
us
on.
next week, CFRE.
I'm gonna be gone next week. I want to make sure people know that it's just gonna be Carter in the house.
Oh man, don't check it out.
Vacation.
Don't check it out.
Definitely check it out. 'Cause
Okay.
It's gonna be better.
See you later,
DriveWire
guys.
Radio.